within the demonic realm. It's a vast realm, friend. Many of the attributes that take hold of us in this life are of the demonic realm. Many of us say, I'm not a wicked person. I'm a good person. I live righteously. I do right by people and this and that. But friend, if you've ever been jealous, if you've ever had anger, resentment, and malice in your heart for someone else, if you harbor unresolved issues, all of these are demons. They're spirits that invoke a feeling in you. They drive you in a particular direction to act. And usually they'll drive you in a particular direction to act in a way that is out of alignment to the will of your creation. They force you to justify doing things that harm you. They may not harm you at the time, they seem justifiable. But they're not. That's the magic of these demons. They'll cloak themselves in justifiable ways, such as fear. If fear comes upon you and the feeling is strong enough, friend, you will justify doing something that you know you should not do. You'll justify behaving in a manner that is totally contradictory to who you are. All from demons. When we look at the Apocrypha, and we see in the book of Enoch, one of the best books of the Apocrypha as it relates to understanding the heavenly realms and the demonic realm. It gives you a bird's eye view of these angels, how they were created, in what manner they were created, what their dominion is, how they behave in the heavenly realms, the cadence of those in the heavenly realm, and how they all interact with one another, the expectation, the foundational levels of knowledge that they all have. All of that is outlined in the book of Enoch. God says in the book of Enoch, the way that he formed this creation was that the angels were formed first. And the fire in which they were birthed from, the way that God forged it was through friction, through pressure, and through friction, hard rock rubbing against one another. Think of hitting hard rock with something, striking it, and that spark, that flame that comes from it. That's what they were created from. That's the fire. That is the spirit, that the fire in which they were created manifested from. Then we get to this area where we come to find that there are other beings in this realm. There are other beings outside of these messengers, these angels, but they're messengers as well. Seems to me that angels are messengers. They are. And that there are levels to these messengers. There's a diversity to them. They're all not the same. We see this in the book of Ezekiel when Ezekiel has the vision and he sees these angels and how they're broken up and what the visualization of them is. We see this with Satan. God says Satan was an angel, a high-ranking angel, beautiful, made from smokeless fire. Could this angel, which is Satan, is this the same angel that the book of Enoch is referencing when it speaks to the angel being birthed from friction, from the rubbing together and the striking of hard rock? Is that smokeless fire? In some spiritual systems, they say Satan was a jinn. A jinn. In the Islamic system, Satan is a jinn. He's made from smokeless fire. Another category of angels, which supports what I'm saying, that the angelic realm is a very diverse realm. It's not just one type of angel. The story goes that the jinn were pervasive on the face of the earth before man. Before God decided to create Adam and Eve, the jinn were the first prototype, I guess you could call it that, the first creation. And they, like man, couldn't get it together, y'all. Couldn't get it together. They had the same types of problems somewhat. The jinn family of beings are very similar to humans. They live in the invisible realm because of what God did in changing the structure of things. But they have families. They live long times. They're similar to us, except for their longevity, their lifespan hasn't been shortened as ours has. Yet the trade-off is that they live in the invisible. They have no form unless they adopt one. Satan, they say,